Okay, we appreciate everyone's patience this afternoon, early this evening. Now joined by the champion of the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500, and Alex Palou driving the number 10 DHL Chip Ganassi Racing Honda, who led 14 laps this afternoon. Fourth top five finish in the Indianapolis 500, fifth NTT Indycar Series win of the season, 16th of his career, first on an oval. I guess if you're going to get your first oval win somewhere, this is the place to do it, right?
Absolutely. This is the best place ever. Best win ever, for sure.
What have you been doing for like the last hour or so?
Nothing. I was just chilling at my bus.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Celebrating. I was celebrating with the fans, the amazing fans that we had today. They were incredible. There were so many people that sticked around for that victory lap, celebration lap. I don't know how we call it, but it was amazing. Then just with the team, my family. I have a ton of family here today, so it's an amazing day.
I believe it was last week you said that your career wouldn't be deemed successful unless you won the Indy 500. So, what does this mean?
It means that that we checked that box and we need another one now. Like that's what we need now. Yes.
This is like literally an hour old, and you're already looking for another one, huh?
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, yes.
Yes.
But it's amazing. It's amazing to win this race. This race means so much for me, for my family, for the IndyCar community, our fans, and I would say motorsport in general. So to be an Indy 500 championship, it's amazing.
One more before we open up for questions. Tell us about the pass. What did you see?
Well, we were not in the best position on strategy. We had the worst tires and less fuel than Marcus and a little bit less than Malukas. So I knew that it was going to be tough at the end, just because with less grip on the tires and with some traffic, I was just not going to have any chance to overtake him. So I saw that I had a small gap, and I wanted to take it. It was a bit too early to go for it, but I thought it was my best strategy to try and go with the traffic and try and get the win.
Congratulations. All right,
Thank you.
Questions here. We'll begin in person, and time permitting, take some off Zoom as well. Kinsey, we got Bob Packrass right behind you. Madeline, go ahead and find one in the second row.
You want me to go?
Go ahead, Bob.
Alex, I'm to your right.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I mean, it could be said Marcus should have been able to avoid you passing him there. I'm curious, when you're following him, are you just kind of waiting for him to make, a mistake or a hiccup? And is that any harder on an oval versus a road course?
When I was behind him, I was just saving fuel. We didn't have enough fuel to go for it. So those first 5-6 laps, or maybe a bit more, that I was behind him, I was just trying to save some fuel so we could go hard at the end, trying to stay in the lead. So I knew that was getting towards like late to pass him for the amount of laps that I had on the tires. But glad we made it work.
And is there any part of you that's glad you hadn't won on an oval before, so that your first oval win could be here?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it just makes it extra special. I think I would have been as happy as I'm right now, but yeah, I mean, to say that I've only won one oval race and it's been at the Speedway, that's always going to be like that.
Nathan?
Alex, we keep asking these history questions, trying to put this season and this run that you and the 10 crew are on into perspective. The only two drivers to win 5 of the first 6 races of a season in modern IndyCar history are Alan Sr. and AJ Foyt. Can you, this latest win for you, this biggest race win in the world, can you try to put into perspective what you've accomplished and what this team has accomplished so far to start this year off?
It's incredible. Like, honestly, I think I get a lot of credit because you see that I'm the only one driving the car, but there's a huge team behind that is making me look very good on track. Like, we have fast cars every single weekend, and that's really tough to do here in IndyCar, especially nowadays. So I was just taking the chances that we've had so far this season. Whenever we've had the chance to win, we've been able to execute, and that's taking into account not only the setup but the strategies, the pit stops that they did today as well. So, yeah, it's amazing, it's incredible, and I know I've been telling you guys that I know that this is not normal, but yeah, I'm glad that it didn't end today, and that we got the wave until the 500 at least.
Out there in the end of the race, did you feel like you had the best car out there? Did you make the best decision out there? What do you make of what do you feel like ultimately won you this race here today?
I think it was a little bit of everything. My car was very capable, but I didn't really have the best balance, especially towards the end of the tire life. Like I would say from lap 20 onwards, I was struggling very much to follow very closely. So that's why I tried to overtake Marcus as quick as they told me that the fuel was more or less okay to go to the end. So there was a lot of fast cars out there. Mine was one of them, but I didn't feel like we had tons of speed. I think I was able to get advantage of the traffic cars as well to help me tow up very good and not consume too much fuel. And thanks to Elio, I was able to read the traffic good. Like when I overtook Malukas was because I saw that there was people living on the pits when I was coming to turn one on the TV. And then with Marcus was the same. I knew that was going to be probably my only chance.
I was going to ask you that. I know we made references earlier in this month about the pass that Elio made on you a couple years ago and the way in which he was able to read the traffic, that your eyes were just kind of on what you were doing in that moment and not able to look too far down the road. Did you feel like in that moment, like were you looking at the traffic and thinking that might be the way that could help you win this race?
Yeah, absolutely. I knew that because of how the strategies were shaking up at the end, that we were going to have traffic. So traffic, even though you were P2, you were actually P5 or P4. So you had to take that into account. So I was just trying my best to try and read it and get on top of it. I think I got lucky as well on timing. Like I got the opportunity to pass Marcus already towards the end of my tire life because after that, I was struggling a lot, especially the last 6 or 7 laps. But yeah, I think I'm here because of 2021 for sure.
Jenna?
Alex, first Spanish winner of the Indy 500. Spain's got some good drivers. What do you think this will mean back home and what it'll do for you in your native country?
I don't know.
Well, Chip says it's going to change your life.
I'm sure. I don't know what's gonna be for Spain. Hopefully they are celebrating as much as I am here. It makes it extra special that I'm the first Spanish driver to win it. But honestly, if I was the 50th Spanish driver to win it, I would be as happy as I'm now and as proud as I'm now. But yeah, hopefully that gets more fans, more people. There was a lot of Spanish flags here today, which I did never see already on the parade laps that we had before the start of the race, that we're saying hello to the fans. I got to see crowds and there was a lot of Spanish flags, so it's pretty cool. So yeah.
And why didn't you dump the milk over yourself?
There's been a lot of people that had told me not to do that. And then I was like, okay, maybe I get too excited and I do it. I was close, but then I thought, oh man, I'm going to be with the milk all over me for like the next 5-6 hours. But there's been a lot of diehard fans that have told me that. And I respect that. Ricky, my crew chief, told me that once. And I was like, okay, I'll try not to do it. So it was, I have to tell you, it was the best milk I've ever had. It was super sweet. I don't know if they put anything in it, but it tastes so well, and I didn't pour it into my head. I hope it's okay with you as well. You like it? Okay.
The shot of your daughter drinking some of the milk is fantastic.
Oh, did you get that?
Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Bruce?
Bruce Martin, FoxSports.com. Alex, to know that you're going into a head-to-head battle at the end with Marcus Ericsson, you know that you two are teammates and used to be teammates, and he's very clean. So was there a confidence level that it was going to be a a good fight to the finish.
Yeah, I was happy to fight against Marcus. He's very talented. He's an amazing driver, and I knew that he was gonna be fair, like me. Like he's gonna go for it. Like he's gonna go as to the limit, but he's not gonna go crazy. So I knew it was gonna be a good fight against him, and yeah, I just wanted to finish first because he already has one, so he can wait a couple of years to get another one. But yeah, it was cool to play against Marcus.
And to go back to the traffic in 2021, when Elio was able to do that, do you feel that he was a great teacher because you pretty much did the same thing today?
For sure, yeah, he was an amazing teacher. It was an expensive class, honestly. Yes, I would have liked to still win the 2021, but yeah, I would say there's part of luck as well. Like you need to have the traffic at the right time, and yes, you need to be able to read it, but everything was falling to my way, and then I had to overtake Marcus, but I don't know if he thought he was safe or if he was not thinking that traffic was playing a big role on the race or not, but yeah, glad that the 2021 class paid up.
And finally, after you won the Sanzio Grand Prix a couple of weeks ago, you said everybody in the state of Indiana is going to know when you win the Indianapolis 500.
Yes.
So what are you going to do? You said there's going to be flames, there's going to be
There was
bottle
some
rockets,
flames on
there's
the
going to be
victory
all
lane.
kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully they let me go to the Pacers game. That's gonna help some people in Indiana to know me.
Tip-off's in 90 minutes, so I'm just going to throw that out
Oh,
there.
that's good.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I won't play. Or maybe that would be
Maybe
good.
you should. At this point, you might be
It
able
would
to
be a
dunk the
good
ball
way.
after this. I mean,
Yeah.
no.
I won't do it.
All right, let's go back to Chris, and then we'll work that side of the room. My apologies. Go ahead, Chris.
Alex, the first half of the race, there were a lot of interruptions, yellows here and there, moisture, whatever. Second half of the race was relatively clean, except for the very last lap of the race. Did that surprise you at all for the last half?
Yeah, I was expecting another yellow for sure. So I was like close to telling my team, like, just let me go with the field. Don't you worry, because there's going to be another yellow. So I'm glad that I listened to them and that we had enough fuel. But yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. Like you suddenly have a lot of back-to-back yellows, or suddenly you have a really clean race. I think it's because the pace was actually really fast at the end. Like the speeds that we were having with the traffic was quite high. So that played into a role of like not having so much yellows at the end.
And all the comparisons being made to you with Foyt and Unser, is it difficult to put all that in perspective, given that they're near the top of all the wins lists, every single record you'd ever want, and you're in your 6th season in IndyCar racing right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing to hear that stuff. It's I never thought that I would have my name, that somebody would say my name around those names. They are not a big part, or they're not like legends of IndyCar. They are legends of motorsport worldwide. So, yeah. I don't think that we're with them yet. They have a lot more work done than us, but it's for sure very encouraging to hear my name around them.
Thank you for your patience. Go ahead.
Nere Vargas por Extrema TN. Para la comunidad hispana que te sigue, te hemos visto ganar 3 veces la Indy Series completa, pero ¿qué se siente finalmente, tus impresiones de ganar la Indy 500 después de tantos intentos?
Nada, es increíble. Creo que el apoyo que hemos tenido de todos los fans de Latinoamérica ha sido increíble, ha ido creciendo muchísimo en los últimos años, pero hoy sobre todo era increíble. Así que nada, me siento muy orgulloso de estar hoy aquí, de haber conseguido esta victoria hoy que es tan especial, y que ojalá ayude a muchísimas más gente empezar a seguir a la IndyCar.
Go ahead. I lost track of the mic. Go ahead.
Hey, John Goldsby, the Russell Tribune's The Green Flag. We talked at Barber about how Barry Wanzer talked about how you were so proficient using the hybrid. We talked a little bit of math in there. How did you deploy the hybrid? Did it come into play on the last pass that you made? And just talk a little bit about that, using it here for the first time.
Yeah, so it was playing a role on passes and on defending. I would say that it played a bigger role defending from Marcus than the pass. The pass, I would say that, yeah, I deployed, but I think he did the same, so we were kind of like on the same boat. But then it was all about trying to keep my hybrid without use until the exit of the corner, so he couldn't get a run on me. So yeah, he was close. I would say like last lap actually he was like very close into 3, but yeah, glad the hybrid worked for us.
Go ahead. And welcome.
Thank you, Dave.
Enrique.
It's here.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
He's here.
Alex, felicidades.
Gracias.
No te voy a hacer ninguna pregunta, te voy a pedir que mandes un mensaje a la afición española, que le cuentes cómo te has sentido esos minutos desde que cruzas la yarda de ladrillos hasta que subes al podio, todos esos momentos tan especiales, y que pongas en valor lo que has conseguido hoy, que es muy difícil.
Nada, la verdad que ha sido un día muy, muy especial, ¿no? Diría el mejor día de mi vida, celebrando con mi familia, mi mujer, mi hija, mis padres, todo el equipo y todos los fans también. ¿Qué he sentido? Pues nada, muchísima alegría, la verdad. Al final, sabes que este sitio es muy especial, sabes que esta carrera es muy importante, que tiene mucha leyenda, pero cada año que estás aquí, que la vives, va creciendo dentro de ti, vas entendiendo más todo lo que significa, y también ver a todos mis mecánicos con la alegría que les supone. Para muchos de ellos era la primera vez también de ganarla, siendo mecánicos del coche ganador, y nada, la celebración ha sido increíble.
Y lo que queda.
Gracias.
Felicidades. Thank you, Dave.
Gracias. Wolfgang, and then we'll take a couple off Zoom. Go ahead.
Yeah. Alex, over here. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
I want to go back to Jenna's question, what it means for you, the first Spanish driver winning Indy 500. Maybe you'll not know it, but in your country it's tradition, very successful sports personalities. Alonso, Carlos Sainz Sr. winning the World Championship of Rallies. And then also the world famous soccer club Real Madrid. They got all invited to the King, the Royal Palace. When you go back to Spain, are you prepared and expecting the same to be invited by the Spanish King in the Royal Palace in Madrid?
I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. It would be fun though. Like if that happens, I'll take a couple of pictures for sure, and it'll be awesome to go there. But I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. Maybe not.
Because you're Catalan?
No, just I don't think they. Well, maybe now they start following more. I don't know.
Let's take a couple off Zoom. Miguel de Pozo from Diario AS. Go ahead. Unmute yourself, please. There you go. We cannot hear you, Miguel. Tell you what, we'll come back to you. Jorge Iglesias, Soy Motor. Go ahead.
Solo te quería preguntar, Alex, en este momento en el que has conseguido lo máximo en tu carrera deportiva en este punto, ¿de qué te acuerdas? ¿Cuál ha sido tu peor momento en el automovilismo? Y en ese momento, ¿qué te dieron las fuerzas para llegar a lo que has hecho ahora y ganar las 500 millas de Indianápolis?
Nada, gracias a todos por estar ahí y a vosotros por estar viendo la carrera. ¿De quién me acuerdo o de qué? Sinceramente, creo que he pasado... Mi carrera deportiva obviamente ha tenido momentos buenos, momentos malos, pero si miras atrás han sido todos increíbles desde el karting. Diría que al principio pasas por más momentos duros porque no sabes si vas a tener más carreras. Quiero decir, vas al límite siempre de hacer ese fin de semana, y si los resultados no son buenos no sabes si vas a competir o no. Luego obviamente todo el mundo sabe, ¿no? El tema de los contratos no fue fácil personalmente fuera de la pista, pero ¿qué me ayuda a seguir? Nada, es que estoy viviendo un sueño, es el mejor trabajo que podría pedir y solo con eso me basta. Luego con el apoyo que tengo de toda mi familia, de mi equipo, es suficiente.
A couple more from our Spanish friends that are checking in. Let's go with Santi Torres from TV3, Televisión Catalunya.
Hello, Alex. Hola, Alex. One question before I ask. Can I do it in Catalan?
Please, go ahead. This is your opportunity.
Okay, thank you very much. Hola, Alex. ¿Qué tal? Enhorabona primer de tot. Bé, més dit felicitats. I com et sents sent el primer català que aconsegueix 500 milles d'Indianàpolis? I com et sents a nivell de l'automobilisme català? Perquè és la major fita a nivell individual per un pilot a la història de l'automobilisme català.
Moltíssimes gràcies. La veritat que increïble, no? Estar aquí, porto 6 anys a la Indycar i cada any he anat entenent més el que significa les 500. Sempre saps que és una carrera molt important, molt històrica, però cada any que passa es va fent més important per tu i guanyar avui ha sigut increïble, no? A sobre, si li posem que sóc el primer pilot català i que sigui un dels hites més grans de pilots catalans, doncs ho fa extra especial i tant de bo que obri les portes a més pilots catalans en un futur quan jo no estigui, que no vinguin molts pilots catalans, però la veritat que bueno, tant de bo que ajudi a tenir molts bons pilots aquí.
Gracias, Santi. Miguel, we're coming back to you. Let's see if your audio works.
Sí, ahora sí.
Entrevista que hiciste, que si no ganabas las 500 no tendrías una carrera completa. Ahora ya la tienes. Me imagino que ahora sí que te sentirás un piloto completo. Y la otra que te quiero hacer la relación con esto es, ¿te sientes uno de los mejores pilotos de la historia del automovilismo español? Gracias.
Sí, a ver, lo digo lo dije y lo pienso de verdad, ¿no? Creo que puedes tener 5 o 6 campeonatos de Indycar, pero si no has ganado ni una vez las 500, creo que te faltará algo. Puedes estar al 99,99% completa y puedes ser muy feliz, obviamente, y yo lo era, pero sabes que te falta eso, te falta lo más importante, que son las 500, así que estar hoy aquí lo hace muy especial y creo que es lo más importante de un piloto español, has dicho. No creo que se pueda comparar, creo que es... creo que es lo más importante que un piloto español ha hecho en IndyCar y en Estados Unidos, quiero decir, aquí en IndyCar y en monoplazas, pero no creo que puedas comparar categorías simplemente por la repercusión que tengan o cosas así. Así que me siento orgulloso de haber ganado hoy, pero eso, no, lo pondría arriba, sí que lo pondría como de las cosas más importantes.
All right, we'll wrap up with a couple in person, if you don't mind. Ben, let's go here in the front row, and then take one there.
Hey, Alex,
yes,
congratulations.
Thank you.
Firstly, where are you going to go to have chicken tonight?
No chicken. I stopped that. It was just making me unhealthy.
Right, okay. Slower, right?
Yes, for sure.
But seriously, where does this rank in terms of like what you've achieved in your careers so far?
It's tough to compare. Where I rank emotionally, I would say the best I've ever been and the best I've ever felt. And I'm comparing like all days of my entire life. Where does this rank compared to championships and stuff? I think it's tough. It's very tough to compare. But I'm glad that I got one. It just feels amazing. I think the support from the media that we have here, the amount of time that we spend, what it means for all my mechanics and my team and seeing all the fans, it just makes it super special. Like there's nothing like this.
Excellent. And spoke to Chip earlier, and he said like that you're on a roll. and that he considers you one of the greats now within the team. How does that make you feel, given that you're now amongst the likes of Dario and Scott with Indy 500 victories?
It's amazing. I mean, it's I have an amazing opportunity to be in this team, to be surrounded by champions and legends like Dario, Jimmy when he was with us, that he was here today, Scott. Like, I wouldn't be here without those. So yeah, it's cool that we're catching up a little bit. I think we still have a lot of work to do, but it's amazing to be closer. Thank you.
Go ahead, sir.
Alex, por acá, buenas tardes.
Buenas.
Gustavo Ochoa, de Casillero Deportivo de Indianápolis. Alex, asignación pendiente, ¿no? En el 2021, muy cerca, segunda posición, y ahora te coronas campeón del Indy 500. ¿Lo veías como algo necesario, una sed de revancha? Ya le has contestado a los colegas algo similar, ¿no? O sea, has ganado 3 temporadas, pero bueno, quedaba esta asignación pendiente. Desde hace 4 años tenías en tu mente, tengo que coronarme campeón del Indy 500.
Por supuesto, sí. Y como he dicho, cada año ha ido creciendo dentro de mí, ¿no? He ido entendiendo lo que significa, lo difícil que es conseguirlas, porque tienes que tener un día perfecto, los pit stops, el coche, tú mismo, los fans tienen que estar contentos por ti también, y ha sido un día increíble, así que sí, estoy increíblemente contento de estar aquí. Gracias.
Bruce, last question.
So much for the long stretches of no races without a caution flag. We had an awful lot at the beginning of this race. Were you surprised by that?
No, I mean, it's the 500. The conditions were tricky. Like, you had to be very aggressive to make passes, and then I guess on the restarts and starts, people were just going very aggressive. I think the level of the field as well is like super close. So in order to pass, you need to risk a lot. So yeah, I was expecting cautions. Maybe we had some back-to-back that were obviously didn't allow you to get into a rhythm, but yeah, you're always ready for that.
But was it a stunner when the first one was Scott McLaughlin, because he was considered a favorite?
Yeah, for sure. Like, I didn't really see what happened, but yeah, obviously that was one of the favorite cars, one of the fastest cars that I knew that it was going to be up front at the end. So yeah, obviously you want to be fighting with one of the best drivers out there, but yeah, it's sad that it wasn't his day.
We're going to try to get you back on schedule here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
3-time NTT IndyCar Series champion, and now Indianapolis 500 champion
Thank you.
as well. Thank you so much. What a great race. Great champion as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
And thanks everyone here at Dex Imaging.